And what's good, YouTube? It's Supreme J here. Now today I want to show you guys one of the biggest purchases that I have made for the Vet. It looks absolutely badass. Let's hop out the car and take a look. Alrighty, so don't mind my crappy park job. My girlfriend's parking is just full, but look at what we got on the back of the Vet. We got a ZR1 chassis mounted carbon fiber spoiler from, of course, the GOATs at Extreme Online Store. Shout out to them once again, as always, for sponsoring the Vet. Let's just take a look at this and kind of go over everything about this spoiler, right? So like I said, I had to, of course, get the carbon fiber option right here. So you can see the entire wing blade plus the winglets are all in carbon fiber. Take a look at how that carbon fiber is just absolutely busting. If you want to see about roughly how high it sits up, looks absolutely sick. Let's take a look at it from the rear. Hopefully I don't get run over. You can see it right there. Oh my gosh. And then just take a look at how truly big this wing is, bro. It looks absolutely badass, right? So yeah, once again, taking a look at the carbon fiber because it's just, whew, looks absolutely sick. So let's go over a couple of things on this wing, right? Pros, cons, all that good stuff. So as far as pros go, the pro of this wing obviously is its carbon fiber, which is sick, and it's chassis mounted, which means that it has more of a functional use than your standard, you know, eBay mount-on wing spoiler, of course. So that makes it, you know, better quality, more sturdy, all of that good stuff. And I am going to the track soon, and like actual tracks, taking turns and stuff, not just going in a straight line. So I need the downforce to keep the Vet planted on the ground. And obviously, you know, cosmetically, in my opinion, I just think that it looks good. I loved the Stage 2 spoiler, but I just absolutely love how the Vet looks with the carbon fiber wing. It just gives it that race car look because it's literally meant for a race car, hence why it's chassis mounted. So when it comes to installation though, that is going to mean that if you're going to pay someone to do it, you're going to have to pay more to get it done, or you're going to have to be pretty knowledgeable about what you're going to be doing to the car. Now let me show you guys something though that you guys might not necessarily always be thinking about, but it is a con of having this wing on here. So when you guys go to open the trunk, my Corvette has this weird thing where it stays super tight to the rubber seals right here, and it doesn't like to lift up fully. So I would still be able to manage to open my trunk with the Stage 2 spoiler, but just because the fitment of this new mini blade is just a little bit closer, it just makes that like impossible. Like I can't open my trunk. I have to like really like dig my fingers in there now to get it in there, and obviously over time that's going to scratch this. But yeah, so when you're opening your trunk, obviously, you know, you're going to have clearance to open your trunk still, of course, but it's going to be harder to put things into your trunk a little bit. You know, there's times where maybe I have like something that's kind of long and I kind of just propped it up right here and just slid it in, but obviously if it doesn't fit in between that little gap, then you're gonna have a little bit more of a challenge of, you know, trying to take things. But obviously, you know, this isn't a grocery getter. I'm just saying it happens. There's times where I do need to fit something kind of big in here. This is gonna make it a little bit more harder. So that's just something minor to note. Something else to note on this bad boy right here, see, and I can't even tell if I closed the trunk. Yeah, I did. It gets rid of the clear brake light, and you have to get this smaller one. My only complaint about this is that it's not clear. I don't know why they sent it to you as red, so now I got to get that tinted out, because obviously, you know, with the Z06 tails, I don't want that nasty red brake light, especially when I already black everything out or have it clear. My other piece of advice for this wing is it's optional to get it with 3M tape and to put the winglets on like that. But what I would personally do is take the extra time and a little bit of extra money, get some epoxy resin and get that on there, so that way it's like glued on there, and then that way you're not having to, you know, drill onto the side of the winglet either. So if you guys notice any little imperfections, it's honestly just because of the epoxy resin. It got a little bit on the wing, and I kind of just have to detail that out, like you can see right there, just a little bit, you know, whatever. I'm not gonna trip too much. I'll get it out eventually. Now let's talk about visibility. So we go back into the car. All you can actually see is the brackets. You can't actually see the wing. So the wing sits just high enough to where it's not really obstructing your view. And then, you know, here's how it's looking if you're looking right behind you though. But this is the important part, which I like a lot. And then if you're looking at, you know, the side mirror, it's not obstructing anything. So yeah, so that's something that I like a lot, is that it's not really obstructing your view, especially from your mirror in there. And then let's go over price real quick. If you want to get the carbon fiber version, which I would 100% recommend, you're looking at a grand total of $1,900 plus taxes. Now, is it worth it? Well, it is worth it because it's chassis mounted, the entire wing. I mean, look how big this wing is. This isn't no tiny little wing. This is a freaking massive wing that goes from basically the very edge of the car all the way to the other edge of the car. It's a big wing, right? It's gonna be $1,900 plus taxes. I understand that's a lot of money, but if you look at some of the other companies though that have chassis mounted wings, you would be looking at literally like $4,000. Now if you guys do notice though, something that I personally have to do because of the way that this car is wrapped is I have to go now and rewrap this rear bumper, or I can leave it like that, but that's not car show worthy, which is totally fine because I'm going to be rewrapping it with the Galaxy Black that's featured on the front. But yeah, so that's something to note right there too. And then once again, just kind of taking a look, you know, you can see how high it lifts off the trunk, which is pretty cool. But overall though, once again, I just want to say huge shout out to Extreme Online Store for sponsoring the Vette. That's where I've been able to get all these carbon fiber pieces, the splitter, the side skirts, the panel vents, the massive wing, all of that good stuff. So huge shout out to the game once again. Comment down below, what do you guys think of the new look on the Vette? It really does make a big difference with the chassis mounted wing. I think the Vette looks badass now. So yeah, very happy about that. Very happy about this purchase. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.